We'll start in a comfortable seated position. So once you're there, sitting up nice and tall, long spine, maybe letting your eyes close if it's comfortable. Relaxing your face, relaxing your shoulders, bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing the length of your inhales and your exhales. And then we'll start to breathe with a count. So we'll breathe in for 4 and out for 6. So if you want to join me in that, go ahead and empty yourself first. And then we'll inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can continue this on your own if you like. If my rate was too fast or slow, you can adjust so that it works better for you, just making your inhales shorter than your exhales. And these long exhales help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is what helps us to relax and feel a sense of calm. And if you're still practicing the breathing, you can go ahead and let that go and let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. Let go of any sense of control for just a moment. Check back in with your body, see if there's anywhere that you're holding tension that you don't need to be. Maybe your shoulders started to creep up towards your ears, or your forehead or jaw can be relaxed a little bit more. And then if your eyes are closed, you can blink them open and we'll start some movement. So first, just bringing your left hand down to the ground outside your hip. Inhale, reach your right arm up. and over, stretching out through your right side, keeping your chest nice and open. And on your next inhale, reaching both arms up. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches over towards the right, opening up through your left side. And on your next inhale, both arms come up. Couple breaths here, really reaching your fingertips up long, but keeping your shoulders away from your ears. So if they're starting to come up and crowd around your head, just pulling them down. And then go ahead and let that go, and we'll come to hands and knees into tabletop position. From here, just a few rounds of cat-cow. So we're inhaling to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, look up. And then exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, pulling your shoulder blades away from each other. Moving between these two shapes, letting your breath lead you. So having your movement follow your breath rather than your breath following your movement. And then after your next round, we'll meet at a neutral spine. And then walking your hands forward, keeping your hips up high above your knees. We're going to come down into a puppy pose. So we're just walking our hands down. And maybe you come down to here, holding yourself up. Maybe your forehead comes to the ground. Or maybe your chin or chest come to the ground. Wherever you're at, keeping your hips up high, opening up through the fronts of your shoulders. And then lifting yourself back up, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll step the right toes back, turn onto the inner edge of the right foot. Keeping your left hand on the ground, we're going to peel the right arm open. Reaching your fingertips up. And then on an inhale, we're going to use the strength in our core to lift up. And then bring that right hand to the right leg, left arm reaches up. Couple breaths here. And then with control, bringing that left hand back down. Right arm can reach back up. Next exhale, right hand comes down, coming back into tabletop position. And we'll do that on the other side. So stepping your left toes back and then turning so your left foot is on the ground. Right hand stays on the ground. Left arm reaches up. And then on your next inhale, reaching your left arm up, using your torso to come upright. Left arm comes to left leg, right arm reaches up and over. And on your next exhale, Right hand down, reach your left arm up, and then left hand down to the ground, back to tabletop position. And then from here we'll come into a seated position again, coming into a wide Paschimottanasana, so you can bring your feet out to the sides, sitting up nice and tall. Ankles are flexed, so your toes are up toward the ceiling. And then either staying here with a long spine, or if it's available, starting to bend forward, hinging at the hips, keeping your spine nice and long, all the way from the bottom, all the way through the crown of your head. One more breath here with a long spine. And then on your exhale, letting your back round, letting your head fall toward the ground. And then gently lifting yourself back up, coming into Sukhasana. And then we'll come into Garudasana. So we'll start by bringing our arms out to the sides. Cross the right arm over the left arm, and then either the backs of the hands press toward each other, or you wrap so that your palms are pressing towards one another. And wherever you're at, lifting your elbows up. So you're opening through your upper back here. One more big inhale. And then bring your arms out to the sides. Switch the cross of your legs. And we'll cross the left arm over the right arm, backs of hands toward each other or palms pressing against each other. Lifting your elbows up and away, so you're really opening up through your upper back here. Breathing deeply. And then opening your arms out to the sides and letting that go. We'll come back to hands and knees. This time curling the toes under, lifting the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pressing your heels toward the ground, lifting up through your hips, nice and long through your legs and your spine. And then we'll walk the feet forward, coming into Uttanasana. Letting your upper body hang here. And then on an inhale, lift up halfway to a long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, bring your hands down through heart center. And then letting them go at the sides, Tadasana. And then we'll come into some standing poses. So we'll start with Parsvatanasana on the right side. So go ahead and step your left foot back about 3-ish feet. You'll have to adjust to whatever feels right for you so that your entire foot is on the ground. And it's not directly in line with your front foot. It's more out to the side so that your hips are pointing forward. And then keeping your front leg pretty straight. It can have a little bounce in the knee so it's not locked. Bring your hands to your hips and start to fold forward, keeping your hips squared, keeping your spine long. Maybe your hands stay here, or maybe they come down to the ground or blocks. Taking your right thumb, bringing it to your right hip crease, and imagining pulling back. You'll probably be feeling this in your outer right leg, as well as in your hips and maybe your hamstrings. And then on an inhale, lift yourself up. Step your left foot up to meet your right, and then we'll come into Vrikshasana. So for this one, we're going to be balancing on our right foot. Our left foot is going to lift. So start by getting nice and grounded through your right foot. Notice how it feels to bring your weight to the sides of your feet, to the front and back, and then finding center. And then there's quite a few options for this. So one option is to keep your toes on the ground and prop your left foot up on your right ankle, keeping your left knee out to the side. Another option is to bring that onto your shin or up to your thigh. So you can have it anywhere on your leg except for on your knee. And just finding the place that works for you where you can balance. It's okay if it's shaky. That's what's going to help us build strength in that standing ankle, is the shaky movements and having to stabilize ourselves. So wherever you're at, finding a place to gaze at that's not moving, that'll help with balance. And then we'll draw that knee forward and step it down to meet the right. And we'll move to the other side, starting with Parsvottanasana. So we're stepping our right foot back, so the whole foot is on the ground and it's at an angle. Hips are pointed forward, bringing your hands to your hips. Slight bounce in your front knee. And then starting to hinge forward, keeping your spine nice and long. Maybe your hands stay where they're at or come down to the ground or blocks. Noticing that each side might be a little different or a lot different. Taking that left thumb, bringing it into your left hip crease and pulling back. Feeling how that changes the sensation in your left leg. And then on an inhale, lifting yourself back up, stepping your right foot up, and we'll come into Vrikshasana on the other side. So getting nice and stable in your left foot, testing out how it feels to bring your weight forward, back, to the sides, and then finding center. And then same options on this side, so you can prop up your right foot on your left ankle, keeping your toes on the ground. You can bring that foot to your shin or your thigh, anywhere but your knee. Finding a place to gaze at that's not moving. Feeling that bottom ankle strengthening as it works to keep you up. And then bringing that right knee forward and stepping your foot down. All right, from here we'll come into Utkatasana, fierce pose. So we're going to bring our feet about hip distance apart. Some people like to bring them together, so you can do that as well if you prefer that. And then starting to bring your weight into your heels, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, drop the hips down. So you're staying again nice and long in your spine here, sitting your hips down low. Taking a few breaths here, keeping your breath nice and even. And then on your next inhale, lifting up. And that Garudasana that we did sitting, we're going to do that again standing with the legs a little more involved this time. So we'll start with the left leg being the balance leg. So go ahead and cross your right leg over the front. You can keep your legs here if you want to keep them both on the ground, or you can start to come into that fierce pose again. So your right leg, your right foot would be lifted off the ground. Wherever you're at, we're going to take our arms, we're going to cross the left arm over the right. Backs of the hands can come together or palms. And you're lifting your elbows and pulling them away from you. A couple more breaths here. And on your next inhale, standing, if your legs are bent, opening your arms, and we'll switch sides. So if you're lifting one leg, we're going to have the right on the ground this time. So cross your left in front and bend if you're bending. Cross your right arm over your left, backs of hands together or palms together. Lifting your elbows up and away from you. One more breath. And then inhale, let that all go. Bring your feet at least shoulder distance apart. Toes are pointed out just a little bit. And we're going to come down into Malasana. So you can press your elbows into your knees, palms together. Just coming down to wherever your heels stay on the ground. So if you're coming down and your heels lift up, just come up a little bit. And then we'll bring our seat down to the ground. Bringing our legs wide. And we'll come back into that forward fold. So ankles are flexed, toes are pointing up. Start by sitting up nice and tall. And then maybe start to fold forward any amount. And on your next exhale, letting your back round, letting yourself come forward. And then starting to lift back up if you're folded. Bring your legs toward each other. And then we'll bring our right foot into our left thigh. Turn your torso so it's facing toward your left leg. Sit up nice and tall. And then start to fold over that left leg, coming into Janu Shirshasana. Getting nice and long with your inhales. Maybe folding a little deeper with your exhales. And then on your next inhale, lifting up, keeping your legs where they're at, just turning your torso so that you're facing toward your right knee. We're going to take our left hand and use it to hold onto our left leg. And if it's available to you, you can flip your palm so that your thumb is down and you're holding onto your left shin or foot. And wherever you're at for that, we're going to then reach the right arm up and over towards that left foot. Making sure to stay open here. So if you're reaching toward it and you're folding closed, opening back up, it doesn't matter if you get anywhere near your foot or not. Remembering to breathe. And then on your next inhale, lifting up, switching your feet, left foot into right thigh, and turning to face your right leg, and then starting to fold over that right leg, any amount. Lengthening your spine on your inhales, and maybe folding a little deeper on your exhales. And then on your next inhale, lifting up, turning to face your left leg. Right hand comes along your right leg, and if it's available, flipping your palm so you can hold on to the inside of your right leg or your inside of your right foot. And then reaching your left arm up and over towards your right toes, keeping your upper body nice and open. And on your next inhale, lifting back up, bringing both feet out in front of you. And we'll do a little bit of hip flexor strengthening. So these muscles right here in the front of your hips, they can get tight and weak from sitting. So this will help to strengthen them. So sitting up nice and tall, you can use your hands behind you to support you. And then lifting your right leg up and down, making sure that you're bringing it down with control. So if you're not able to drop it gently, if it's kind of flopping down onto the ground, just don't lift up as high. And once you've done a few there, we'll move to the other side. And then switch one more time. And going to each side. Good. And then from here, go ahead and bring your feet about as wide as your mat. And drop your knees side to side at any speed that feels good to you. And then once you've had enough of that, we'll grab a block and come onto our backs. And then just lifting your hips up to place the block underneath your sacrum. And then we'll lift our feet up toward the ceiling, resting your hands wherever is comfortable. Coming into this supported shoulder stand. Taking long, slow breaths. You can stay here as long as you like. And when you're ready, making your way into Shavasana or any other resting pose of your choice. Letting your eyes close if it's comfortable. Letting your body relax. Letting the effort of the practice settle in. And there's nothing that you need to do now. And starting to bring your awareness back to your breath, feeling your body rising and falling. And then deciding how you want to end your practice, if you want to stay where you're at, or if you want to come into a seated position or anything else, and making your way to where you want to be. And we'll end with a few rounds of breath with the inhales and the longer exhales. I'll count out loud, but if you prefer a different pace, do whatever works best for you. Just making your exhales a little bit longer. So we'll start by inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continuing on if you like. And letting your breathing return to its natural rhythm. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day.